Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another Premier League live watch along with yours truly, Callan CMP. Today it is Sunday, the 18th of May of 2025, and we are going to be reacting to Arsenal's second to last game of the season. It is against Newcastle United. It's second versus third. It is the Gunners versus the Magpies. It is the Champions League semi-finalists versus the Carabao Cup champions. Well, we go way back with Newcastle United, mostly recently. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to type up the 2024-25 Arsenal FC season. This is our 99th consecutive season in the top flight of English football. So let's go to competitions. Let's go to Premier League first. So, the battles with Newcastle United this season began on the 2nd of November at St James's Park, Newcastle upon Tyne. Arsenal were coming off a 2-2 draw against the eventual champions Liverpool, and were hoping to do something similar, if not better, against Newcastle. However, 12 minutes in, Alexander Isak, who, by the way, is not going to be in today's game, gave Newcastle the lead, and they held on for the win. That was Arsenal's second loss in 3 games. Then we travelled to the Carabao Cup, where we entered the semi-final stages. On the 7th of January, we faced Newcastle United at the Emirates Stadium in Holloway, and we were hoping to get revenge. However, 37 minutes in, Alexander Isak struck again against the Gunners, putting the Magpies in front. And then, to make matters worse, Anthony Gordon, 6 minutes into the second half, doubled Newcastle's lead. Arsenal couldn't come back, and we lost again, a goal worse. Then 29 days later, which is 4 weeks and 1 day, on the 5th of February, 9 days short of my 17th birthday, we played Newcastle United away at St James's Park in Newcastle upon Tyne, hoping to turn the tie around. However, once again, we collapsed. 19 minutes in, Jacob Murphy gave Newcastle United the lead, and then 7 minutes into the second half, an error at the back led to Anthony Gordon scoring once again against us. 3 matches, no goals scored, 5 conceded, 3 losses. This time, we are not going to let the Magpies boss us around. We are not going to let them swarm around us. We are going to fire the cannonballs right in their faces, and we are going to win. I am determined. If we could beat Real Madrid, if we could beat Manchester City, if we could beat PSG, then hopefully we can beat Newcastle. They've been good for a few years now, ever since that Saudi takeover. Right, so 6 minutes to go until the game commences. Here we go, and my mum has already given me a pass. Sorry, something's going on here. Wait, what? I don't know what's going on here. My mum literally said, someone streaming on another device. If you don't mind, I'm going to call my mum, tell her the technical issue I have. I've got to be ready in 5 minutes. Right, I am back again. Apologies if there was a pause in front of your screens. Here we go. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. Let's go to the live chat. I can read more messages on the laptop. None have come in so far. Oh my God. Why? Well, this is just basically ruining everything. We got 3 minutes to go. Let's go to standard. Oh my God. This is really annoying. Oh my God. Oh my actual fucking God. I don't know what's going on. I'm not even streaming it. Hang on. It's gonna pause again. Hi guys, I'm back again. And I just wanted to let you know that it's still that. Someone streaming on another device. And I don't know who is. My mum doesn't believe it's dad this time. She is coming back up to the house to check. So for the time being, I'm going to check what's going on here on BBC Sports. So let's go to the lineups. Arsenal have gone with a 4-3-3 formation. In goal is David Raya. Centre-backs Jakub Kiwior and William Saliba. At left-back we have Miles Lewis-Skelly. And the right-back we have Ben White. The centre midfielders are Declan Rice, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard. And the front three consists of Gabriel Martinelli on the left, Bukayo Saka on the right, and Leandro Trossard up front. Substitutes are Ricardo Calafiori, Jorginho, Kai Havertz, Henry Francis, Neto, Ethan Nwaneri, Raheem Sterling, Kieran Tierney, and Alexander Zinchenko. Then this is who Eddie Howe has gone for. So for Newcastle United, they've gone with a 3-4-2-1 formation. Nick Pope in goal, Byrne, Botman, and Fabian Schär as the back three. The middle four consists of Tino Livramento, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Jacob Murphy. Then we have Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes as the two centre attacking midfielders, and Callum Wilson is up front as the replacement for Alexander Isak. Now, the substitutes are Martin Dubravka, Emil Klaft, Jamal Lascelles, Sean Longstaff, Miley, Neve, Osula, Ruddy, and the former Arsenal player returning to the Emirates today, Joe Willock. Referee is Simon Hooper. My mum has just come into the room. We're 2 minutes into the game. This is really frustrating. I was a minute late for the last one. Here I've gone with Plan B, and I'm checking out what's going on BBC Sport. Mike, you can take me off now, TV. Right. Okay, let me have a look, Cal. Give me the remote, darling. Right. Thing to do. Right, we're just gonna. No, I want to get right out. So my mum is here and she is trying to figure out what's going on.
Should a few people go to jail?
Let's go to the live chat, see if any messages have come in, which will be a pleasure, and I hope they are positive ones. So there's 2 people watching, and we're going to go to live chat. You got to press mum. I don't think that's going to work. Just go up.
Yeah.
And then go to Now TV.
That's what I'm pressing, but it's not opening because I don't know, it's the battery or the something on the remote control. Do you know what I mean? Look. I'm on Now TV, Netflix.
That's not because of the battery. There we go. Now you're on Now TV. So let's see what's going on. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. Let's hope I haven't missed a goal. Still, it is 0-0. We have now entered the 3rd minute. And
are you logged in? Are we logged in? This could be why.
I don't actually know. It says account holder. So maybe that was the issue. Don't worry, guys. There is going to be a reaction, hopefully.
Right, Now TV. I've just clicked enter. That's not doing anything. Home. Right, that is home.
And then go to right.
Yeah, but I think I need to log in first because it says add. Oh no, maybe not.
Someone streaming on another device. Well, that's not me.
So they're not. It's unless Dan hasn't come out of it properly.
Hang on, I think you need to confront him again. Fudging hell.
Let's see if we can log out a minute. Live TV.
Yeah, let's go with another strategy. So there's been a throw-in for Newcastle in the half of Arsenal, a throw-in for Newcastle in their own half. Newcastle needs to be cautious. Arsenal have an attacking throw-in, and Simon Hooper signals a Newcastle throw-in in Arsenal's half. That's everything that you need to know right now about the game if you're not watching it. So you're going with the new profile now. So now you're signing out.
Trying to.
We're trying every strategy in the book. And Baloo has come in.
It doesn't help that
our dog since January 11th of 2024. Let's go back up and see if any goals have been scored. Bruno Guimaraes gets his shot on target but fails to score for Newcastle. However, early warning signs for the Gunners. There's 3 people currently watching and 1 like. Still, I haven't received anything in the live chat. Also, I need to say this in every live chat that Sorry, I messed up my words there. I need to do this in every live stream. Make sure to like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. We need to get back to 16k subs. So now, can we be able to watch it?
this remote control's not working properly. All I can think of is it's the batteries.
No, it's not the batteries.
Right.
So there's been 2 throw-ins for Newcastle now. I've missed bloody 8 minutes of the game because of the stupid Now TV. So let's see if there's any other Premier League fixtures we can see on BBC Sport. Yes?
You weren't watching anything on your mobile or laptop to do Now TV, were you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been live streaming and playing Fortnite. So the other games that are being played today, Everton versus Southampton. Well, games that have been played today, Everton versus Southampton and West Ham United versus Nottingham Forest. Everton won 2-0 against already relegated Saints, and West Ham United lost 2-1 to Nottingham Forest. Currently, Brentford are facing Fulham and Leicester City are facing Ipswich Town. Both teams, Leicester and Ipswich, they're already relegated. Brentford 2, Fulham 3, Leicester 2, Ipswich 0.
They're not your current experience, but they're not.
Just go to, I think, Boost.
No, because I'm not paying another £6, Callum, because no one's streaming on another device. Right, I think what we need to do is come out of Now TV again. Right, let's go to home. Because I've refreshed everything. Let's go back into Now TV. Fuck my life.
So the recent thing that came up...
Wait, how do you switch the TV on and off?
Just press that button there. There we go. You don't have to do it sideways. Let's actually listen to it live on BBC Sport. But I've got to sign in though. But yeah, I'm not bothered.
I can't help you with that as well because I'm...
Oh, some confirmation coming in. Has there been a goal scored? No. Thomas Partey took a shot with his right foot from the right side of the box. It was blocked, and Martin Odegaard was the man who assisted him. So now we're giving Newcastle a taste of their own medicine. We are managing to bang on their doors as well. We're 12 minutes in, and let's go check out the other games that we've had against the Magpies in the Premier League and Carabao Cup. 12 minutes in the November 2024 game, Isak scored. We're about to go past the 12th minute. Every time we pass a minute that Newcastle have scored in previous encounters with us, and they haven't scored yet, I'm going to start to feel hopeful. So we're going back to the game on Now TV, and still it says someone streaming on another device, and Baloo's just yelped.
I honestly don't, Callum, I don't know. I'm kind of lost now. I really don't know.
Oh, here's Baloo.
So,
I've got the dog now.
Oh, no, it doesn't remember my password.
Look at that.
Okay.
So 14 minutes in, it remains goalless at the Emirates. So in the January 7th game, we held on until the 37th minute. Isak scored that goal. The next minute that we are about to pass, that Newcastle scored in against Arsenal, it's going to be the 19th minute. Jacob Murphy scored in that minute in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. once again, Arsenal, they have had a decent season. They have entered the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup and the Champions League for the first time in 16 years. The last time they did that, it was 2009. And I was only 1 year old, never an Arsenal fan in that time period. But as of 2018, I am now. Arsenal in the 13th minute got a corner, but before that, Tino Livramento and Sandro Tonali had efforts. Tino Livramento had a right-footed shot from the centre of the box. It was saved in the bottom left corner, and Tonali's effort was also right-footed. We've got a corner, and we've already had that corner. Bukayo Saka took it. Hi, Ches. Welcome to the live chat. If you haven't subscribed, please do it now. And make sure to like the live stream if you haven't already. Trossard had an effort, assisted by Miles Lewis-Skelly. It was on the left side of the box, and it was blocked.
Web browser,
we got two corners, which were conceded by Harvey Barnes and Nick Pope. Thomas Partey, as I have mentioned before, he had a header from very close range and it was saved in the top right corner. Must have been a very elastic save from Nick Pope. If Jordan Pickford stops being the England goalie, then Nick Pope should be in place. If not, then James Trafford, who is Fogden's so-called brother.
Let's get out of this. Out. Should be logged out of this. I think this is a technical error.
I think you're going to have to type up some sort of...
That's all been done before. We have prisoners working.
Oh, what is it? Tutorial. How did I not know the word for that? Oh, more stuff from the live text is coming in, and Martin Odegaard had a chance. It was a left-footed shot from outside the box. It was high and wide to the left. Bukayo Saka once again with the assist following a corner. Rare chance to see Martin Odegaard try and score for Arsenal from a corner. It would usually be a tall defender with the header in. 17 minutes in, and it is still goalless at the Emirates, but more confirmation is coming in from the live text. There's a corner for Newcastle United, which is not good. It was conceded by David Raya. Ches is the only person that has been commenting on this live chat. And Mum is going for another round, and still it says someone streaming on another device.
I've signed out of all devices, so they can't be streaming on another device because I signed everything off.
I know this is frustrating. To be honest, if this was a few years ago, I would have been throwing temper tantrums. At least I have been honest. Anyways, to the people that are watching this live stream, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do both of them right now.
TV error message. Someone streaming on another device when I have signed out of all devices. Help.
This could be our only chance. Don't know anything about this Newcastle corner. It's the 17th minute now.
After exiting the show, or maybe on the first row.
A third person has liked this live stream, so whoever that was, you are the best. That's good that you've remembered, Ches, and I already am aware that you have liked and subbed to the channel. Please sing the Rolex song. After all of the fights that we had in the past always left you hanging like a Rolex chain round your neck. Your losses, they always amassed, wasn't done with you yet till both sets played, did our best, always gunning to come back and finish you off. I've got dreams like Beck and they never will stop growing up so fast, man, I'm feeling like a crop. When I hop in the booth, inside I am locked. I have been doing a challenge. Let's hope I said that right. I'll just say it again, just so I know I've said it right. Challenge. I have been doing a challenge to get the song Rolex Chain to 1,000 views. Currently it's on about 55, which is not really good. I need another 945 more. Let's see what's been happening. There's been corners conceded. Harvey Barnes had an effort. That's what led up to the first Newcastle corner. Newcastle United have had corner after corner. So attempt saved. Harvey Barnes left-footed shot from outside the box is saved in the bottom right corner, assisted by Bruno Guimaraes. Then Newcastle had two more corners. Dan Burn had a header from very close range. It was saved in the centre of the goal by Raya. Sandro Tonali got the assist from a cross. Then Sven Botman had a chance. He had a right-footed shot from the centre of the box. It was saved in the bottom left corner. Newcastle got another corner, which Kivior conceded. And then Fabian Schär had an effort, a header from very close range, which was blocked. It's the 20th minute now. We've surpassed the 19th. The hope is building up. So let's go to the match stats. Newcastle must have had a plethora of chances in the first half. Arsenal have had 4 efforts, 1 on target. Newcastle have had 8 efforts, 5 on target. Newcastle, you're kind of already giving me an imaginary heart attack. I honestly think I could do well in drama. Due to my acting skills, I did really well in my primary school plays. Mostly in the period between 2016 and 2017. They were the prime years in terms of pantomime plays. Were they really pantomimes? I don't know. The most recent pantomime I've been to see is at the Exeter Northcote Theatre. I went to see Cinderella on the 13th of December of 2024, the eve of the 1-year anniversary of Baggy's death. So
they said it could take up to 10 minutes to refresh count. But
it could take up to 10 minutes. Someone streaming on another device.
It's not. I really don't know what else to do. Let me sign out here.
Let's go to live text. This is what's been happening. Bruno Guimaraes won a free kick in the defensive half the same minute that Leandro Trossard committed a foul. 22nd minute, and it remains goalless.
You could try logging on from your laptop. You could do it on a laptop.
Oh, that is a really good idea, Mum. So let's go to Now TV.
Yeah.
Mum has just come up with an excellent proper plan B.
Right, now let's go sign in.
And let's hope that the computer does not have the same issue. So we've got Sophia, should I say it?
No, because I don't want to give the name.
Okay, so apologies for that. But at least you didn't get it in full. So I'm not really sorry. Anyways, we're less than 30 minutes into the live stream and we still don't know what is happening in real time. There's 4 people watching. There are 3 likes. The last time I checked the score at the Emirates, it was 0-0. It was goalless. If we can come from 2-0 down against the already crowned champions Liverpool, then we can surely do the same thing against Newcastle, a team that hadn't won a domestic trophy for 7 decades. I think it was because of that Saudi takeover that led to Newcastle getting good. 5 people watching now, there's 4, there's 3 likes, and Ches is the only person that is confirmed to have sent messages on the live chat. Baloo looks tired.
I'm gonna just...
Maybe because of this Now TV saga.
Right, I'm going to reset my password. My account.
I'm just trying to bottle all my emotions in, all my negative ones. Mostly because I'm on camera.
Okay, please check me.
Oh, what has Baloo seen? Baloo, what are you waffling on about? Ace. Baloo, what have you done? Baloo has come back into the playroom with one of his many toys. Baloo? Baloo? Look at those lovely, lovely eyes. He is one of the cutest dogs in the world. And look at that snout. He has recently, as you can see, he's had a shave. So he's not furry anymore. He spindles. Oh, Baloo has heard something. Have you heard something, Baloo? Baloo? Yeah, just have a good old scratch. I am so sorry. This was not on my bingo card. The bingo card gave me a nasty surprise. In the meantime, I could just lie down with my dog. Definitely got enough battery. Okay,
Right,
we're
just
in.
sign out of this one. Maybe later.
So we can't watch it on the big TV screen, but we can possibly watch it on the laptop. This is the moment of truth. If it doesn't work, where do we go from here? Look at this. This lovely, lovely dog with his lovely, lovely snout. I'm going to try and get him up. Just seeing if he'll bite me. Look at this, Mum.
No. I'm really sorry, Can. They've obviously got a technical issue.
I think you're going to have to contact the Now TV
Yeah,
team.
there's no one to speak to though. So all I can do is hopefully try and make a complaint and get our money back. Because the only thing I would say is keep trying again. Let's sign out of here. Because it might just take a minute to update.
Oh my god, did you see that? I did not expect that to happen.
No, what did he
Baloo smashing his head into mine inadvertently. Life sucks, Baloo. Say hi to the two
You've, like,
people
missed
watching.
the first half now.
Okay, so the game started at 4:30 p.m, so it's only the 29th minute.
The only thing to do, Cal, is just leave it a minute and then try and go back in.
I absolutely apologize, guys. It still says someone streaming on another device. So what's going on now? It's the 32nd minute and it remains goalless. Declan Rice has recently had a chance. He had a right-footed shot from outside the box, which was saved in the bottom right corner, assisted by Jakub Kivior. So a lot of things have been happening. Everything but goals, it appears.
I'm going on to live chat. Okay, right, so just be quiet a minute.
Okay. So these are the current stats, guys. 5 shots.
My email
2
is
shots on target for Arsenal,
sophiarandall645
and 9 shots, 5 shots on target for Newcastle United.
Can you not talk for a minute?
I'm not. I'm whispering.
Address: Lower Willsworthy House, Peter Toby, Tavistock, Devon. I will get you the card details, just bear with me. I purchased a Sports Day membership pass. However, when my son went to watch the match, it says you are streaming on another device. Nobody else is streaming on another device. I have signed out of all accounts, and yet we are still having the same issue. He has missed most of the match now.
So Mum's coming up with plan C now. 33rd minute. We're coming up to the 37th minute. The minute where Alexander Isak scored in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Let's go to watch and listen. Nope, live text. Arsenal have a corner. It was conceded by Bruno Guimaraes. And obviously that corner has now been taken unless something else is going on. We've got 12 minutes to go until it's half time. We're about to hit the 40-minute mark on the live stream, which we have now. So let's go 40 minutes. Now, how many videos have I uploaded consecutively? So calculator. I don't want the science fiction movie from 2014. So the last time that I failed to upload a video on YouTube was on the 19th day of December 2024. So 12 plus 31 plus 28 plus 31.
Okay, just bear with me. I will do that now.
What's your next solution, Mum?
I've got someone helping me on live stream.
That's good.
Live chat,
150 consecutive days now. Have I done that right? January, February, March, April, May. Yeah. So 150 consecutive days now, and Mum is just chomping away on a digestive biscuit.
What? Sign in.
So sign in. Billy, come here. He's a skinhead.
Come on. What's that? That's like taken 40 minutes out of my day now. Fucking ridiculous.
You know, one person's hearing everything you're saying right now. Now there's two. So if I were you, I would choose my next few words very carefully.
Let's try it again.
Just to save you out of embarrassment. That wasn't a threat. Anyways, let's go back to the game. Arsenal have got 4 corners conceded by Bruno Guimaraes, Tino Livramento, Fabian Schär and Jacob Murphy. It's the 35th minute and it remains goalless at the Emirates. We are really doing well against Newcastle United here. And I never expected for the score to be the way it is right now. I thought Newcastle would score very early on.
Yes, I'm still there. I'm still trying to sign in. It just keeps going round and round. So now I can't even sign in.
Baloo has dropped his ball for you. It's the 37th minute now, the same.
It just says welcome and it's going round and round in circles.
Arsenal have another corner. It was conceded by Jacob Murphy. So we're now in the 37th minute, and that's the same minute that Alexander Isak scored in against us in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. So the hope is growing bigger now.
I am trying to log in on my mobile and that's not working. I have tried to log in on the TV using the QR code and that is not working either. I was able to log in just fine until now.
Come on.
I think I might just get them to refund me, Cannon, because it's just like ridiculous. You've missed most of the match now anyway.
Well, something is going on now.
Please, can you try using mobile data?
So Ben White has found Sandro Tonali and
right, okay.
Newcastle win a free kick in the defensive half. Okay. Go on, Blue. Eyes biting. Don't be vicious. People are watching. Harvey Barnes has just had an effort. A left-footed shot from the centre of the box. Callum Wilson set him up there. And Blue's just giving me his ball. And Blue's just giving me his ball. Do you know what? Baloo could just...
The same thing is happening. Look, could you just refund me my £14.99 because we've missed the match now and I haven't got time to keep trying to fix this?
So I can't watch the game then?
No, Cal.
Absolutely disgraceful Now TV. It's the 41st minute now, and it's Arsenal 0, Newcastle United 0. Arsenal, they're remaining in second as it stands. Both teams going a point up. Arsenal in second, Newcastle United in third. Now let's go to the other scores and fixtures. Fulham beat Brentford 3-2. And already relegated Leicester City beat already relegated Ipswich Town 2-0. Mohamed Salah is 5 goals in front of Alexander Isak. Salah's on 28, Isak is on 23. It's such a relief that Alexander Isak is not in the Newcastle squad for the Arsenal game. Who's got the most assists? It's Mohamed Salah. 18 assists. He only scored 1 against us this season. He could have scored many more given the amount of goals he has now. 42nd minute and nothing has come up on the live text after 4 minutes. Mum, I think you just have to wait.
Hang on, bear with me. Cam, please. I'm just going to try in signing in a different way.
It's a good idea, Mum.
So let's go log in with remote. So we need to type. It's not helping me, the fact that this button doesn't seem to want to work properly on the fucking remote control. See, I press it. You have to press it really fucking hard.
No, you are not stealing any of my toys. No. Hang on a second.
Mike, I don't suppose you want to go and do the horse's water, do you? I'm stuck here doing this.
Bukayo Saka
Oh,
has won a free kick in the defensive half. Dan Burn committed the foul.
I said, you don't want to go and do the horse's water, do you? I'm stuck here doing this bloody thing. Well, Callan, we can't log in. Like, it kept saying you were streaming on another device. So now I'm on the thing to the live stream thing because I paid $14.99 for this. And I'm still stuck here 40 minutes later trying to fix it. And the remote isn't working, which doesn't help either.
Properly, it is working,
oh, fuck's sake. See, now I just pressed the wrong button. Fucking hell.
Because you're getting stressed out.
I
When
am
you get
stressed
stressed out, you lose concentration. You and Dad keep telling me that all the time.
Can you type this in for me, Callan? Because I'm going to lose my shit with the thing.
That kind of implies that you're going to smash the TV.
No, I'm not going to smash the TV. Right, you know the email address, and then you click on... You have to press the thing down really hard, otherwise it doesn't work. Don't go too quick, otherwise you...
So it's that. I was about to say it by
Below,
accident.
don't start. Oh, great, Mark. Yeah, you're already offering to help. Aren't you do the water? Great.
So it's that. Is it 6:45?
Yeah. So let's go to there. Just don't do what I did and hit the wrong button, otherwise you've got to start again. 6. Okay, go back to the numbers again. So,
And then
yeah.
.com.
Okay, then you've got to go across the password. So I think just use the arrow. Go up. Yeah, now it is
Don't.
It's alright, I can. CALLAN.
Yeah, just make sure you turn this down, guys. Your volume down.
And then go to the numbers. 140208, I think. I don't even know anymore. And then just, do you want to go to the I to make sure we've got it all in?
Yeah.
Baloo! No!
How do I go to the I?
Maybe... Yeah, so what's that? It's not right, is it?
Sorry.
Jess, this is ridiculous. How did you manage to type that?
I thought I'd pressed the 4. Still nothing has come up. Ever since the 41st minute. I believe it's coming up to half time now.
Right, let's go down to the bottom. 45 minutes I've spent on this.
Well, there's something obviously wrong, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm on the thing with the guy. Right.
At last. At long last.
Well, it's got us half score.
Right.
Pretty good one.
Just before the half-time whistle. At long last. I apologise. 45 minutes worth of an apology. It's Arsenal 0, Newcastle United 0 at half time.
One particularly good stop to make at close quarters from Thomas Partey.
Apparently Thomas Partey had a very good effort. Those are the words of Peter Jury. It's goalless at the Emirates. There's Makar Richards dancing really stupidly, robotically in that advert.
The McSpicy Frank's Red Hot is back. It's the McSpicy, but hotter. With 100% chicken breast fillet, melty cheese, fiery jalapenos, and that irresistible Frank's Red Hot mayo. The McSpicy...
I could have that.
Make it hot.
I'm here with Boots Online Doctor, where we'll be diving into the world of health and fitness with some of football's biggest and brightest.
Contact was the best thing ever.
We'll discuss the importance of talking about your health in sports as well as in everyday life.
Mental health doesn't really discriminate and affect you at any time.
I didn't want to see people physically seeing me.
That's Theo
Better
Walcott.
than anyone else.
Because when it comes to your health, everyone needs a reliable team behind them. To watch the full episodes, head over to the Sky Sports
I
Premier
am
League
so
YouTube
relieved
channel.
that the issue was resolved.
What brings you here?
I'd like to go hunting.
On June 6th,
What you just walked into.
we can see first half highlights. Vengeance has a price.
can still leave.
Why didn't you leave?
I'm working on it.
So John Wick movie from the world of John Wick, Ballerina, only in cinemas June 6th. That's when I take my English paper 2. Oh my god!
Our most adaptive.
Finally!
Born from NASA technology, billions of ultra-sensitive cells, relieving even more pressure.
I can't believe we've even got to this stage.
Now available with SmartCore
We have reached the promised land.
The future.
The Arsenal versus Newcastle United game, which is streaming on Now TV.
Hey everybody, let's watch.
But must. Compare hotels in the Hotels.com app.
Gusto presents our biggest menu ever. Featuring speedy 10-minute meals, crowd-pleasing family classics, and thrilling global cuisines. Prepare for fresh, quality ingredients and blockbuster flavor. Now with over 500 recipes to choose from every month. Critics are raving. Now cooking in a kitchen near you. Visit gusto.co.uk.
Health shouldn't have to wait. With Boots Online Doctor, it doesn't have to. With a range of health services at your fingertips, simply go online at a time that suits you. No appointments and no waiting rooms. You just need to complete a questionnaire. Our expert team of GPs, pharmacists and nurses review your answers within 24 hours. If treatment is approved, simply choose either home delivery or pick up at a Boots store. It's as easy as that. Boots Online Doctor. Healthcare without the hassle.
Just imagine living near the sea.
The UK's largest choice of homes. If Zoe can find hers, so can you. Right move.
The only thing that I have a worry about, jellyfish. I absolutely despise them.
0-0 at half time. What were you two just doing there?
No, it's talking about who's got the best writing. Anyway,
Right,
keep
well,
going,
while they discuss that, we're going to talk about this game. 0-0 at half time,
Yeah.
not due to lack of chances, largely due to the
Here you go. So
David Raya.
David Raya made some good saves. He made a mistake there. And Tonali played the ball to Jacob Murphy, no, Callum Wilson. And then there was a shot from Bruno Guimaraes. And Raya made a fantastic save. This has been our best performance against Newcastle United this season. Here's another Newcastle chance. Harvey Barnes running directly towards goal. Shot deflected and then blocked. It was Thomas Partey who deflected that shot on.
And possibly the best one of the lot coming up.
Yeah, I think
and then the corner coming in. There's the header. Raya with a double save. Man went full prime David De Gea there. Dan Burn with the header. And then Sven Botman on the rebound.
With his angle, his body, and in there, he knows he's coming to glance at, and he goes quickly. He doesn't stand there and then react after. So, yeah, phenomenal saves. Lucky fans.
We're a few seconds away from entering the 1 hour mark of the live stream, and I have not watched a single minute. Bukayo Saka. That doesn't even look like a save when you first see it.
This is a brilliant save. Just get anything he can on it.
Thomas Partey heading it on. A very unusual reaction save from Nick Pope.
Top spin shot. Great. So difficult to defend. Thomas Partey gets on it, but brilliant.
Here's a man
Yeah,
that
brilliant first half from both goals.
truly stands well between the
From
sticks.
David Raya, that means this game is still 0-0 at the Emirates, all thanks to Dave saves.
Sky Sports coverage.
So after this batch of adverts, the second half will begin. There's an advert for this Tom Cruise movie, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Your plan. I need you to trust me. One last time. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
EastEnders is on tomorrow, which is good. And did you guys see the new trailer for EastEnders where somebody crashes their car into the water?
But of course, right this way.
And apparently it looks like they're being chased. Either Joel Marshall's sex tape is exposed.
Yeah.
Being an adult sucks. When they're not cooking, adults have to go shopping.
Oh, sorry.
Cook again later on.
Joel Marshall is exposed for the sex tape he made of him and Avani Nandra Hart. And I believe there will be Ravi Galati driving after Joel with Ross driving the car.
Attraction of likeness.
Or it'll be involving the Mitchells when Teddy finds out that sorry, what was I going to say? Sorry, I just got distracted by this advert here. What I was going to say was it may be Teddy Mitchell chasing after Nicola and Zach after Barney's true paternity is revealed. I'm really starting to lack on the words here.
At the first sign of discomfort, Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes your stomach.
So let's check the head-to-head match facts. Arsenal have lost just one of their last 20 Premier League home games against Newcastle, won 17, drawn 2, winning 11 of the last 12, drawn 1, since a 1-0 loss in November of 2010. I was only 2 years old at the time. Following their 1-0 win at St James's Park in November, Newcastle are looking to complete their first league double over Arsenal since 1994-95. Newcastle have won 3 games against Arsenal this season, 1-0 in the Premier League and 2-0 in both legs of the League Cup semi-final. No team has ever beaten the Gunners 4 times in a single campaign. Newcastle have won 5 of their last 8 meetings with Arsenal in all competitions, drawn 1 and lost 2, as many as they had in their previous 52 against the Gunners, drawn 11, lost 36. Arsenal have only lost their final home league game in one of the last 27 seasons, won 22, drawn 4, going down 2-1 against Aston Villa in 2010-11. The only time their final home game of a league campaign was against Newcastle was in 1996-97, losing 1-0 thanks to a Robbie Elliott goal. Newcastle haven't lost their final away league game in any of the last 6 seasons, won 4, drawn 2, since a 1-0 loss at Tottenham in 2017-18. 4 of these games have been at London sides, won 3, drawn once. beating Brentford 4-2 last term.
What do I do now?
Arsenal are winless in their last 4 home games in all competitions. Drawn 2, lost 2, losing the last 2. They last had a longer run without a win at the Emirates between March and May 2021, 6, while they last lost more consecutively in November/December 2019, which is 4. Newcastle have won 7 of their last 9 Premier League games, though have failed to win either of their last 2 away from home, drawn 1 and lost 1. Victory here would see them leapfrog Arsenal into 2nd place in the table, with the Magpies last finishing that high in the top flight in 1996-97. William Saliba could make his 100th Premier League appearance in this match. Jamie Vardy is getting a King Power Stadium farewell there. And also they're congratulating him for scoring his 200th Premier League goal. So William Saliba could make his 100th Premier League appearance in this match, which he has. If he plays an Arsenal win, it would equal the most victories for a Gunners player in their first 100 games in the competition, 68 by Lauren and Sol Campbell. And Jacob Murphy has provided 12 assists in the Premier League this season. The only Newcastle players with more in a single campaign are Andrew Cole, 13 in 1993-94, and Alberto Solano, 15 in 1999-2000. So we're finally watching the actual game.
Happening. It's so beautiful.
That's just Amy.
November 2nd, 2024. Newcastle United versus Arsenal at St James's Park. Newcastle United win 1-0. January 7th, 2025. Arsenal versus Newcastle United at the Emirates. Newcastle United won 2-0. And February 5th, 2025, Newcastle United versus Arsenal at St James's Park. Newcastle United win 2-0. A win for Newcastle United would see them 1 point above Arsenal in 2nd place. There's Riccardo Calafiori, who is about to come on for the Gunners.
You think they're going for the league title because this is what they're aiming for. So next year you're hoping that they're playing against Newcastle.
So William Saliba's day is over. And on comes the Italian Riccardo Calafiori. The truth has been verified. Let's see what he can bring to the table for the Gunners. The only thing that Newcastle would be bringing to the Arsenal table will be an atomic bomb. If they can't score, then it's the equivalent of defusing that bomb. Show us what you got, Calafiori. I can remember doing a live reaction to the Manchester City versus Arsenal game in September of 2024, and it was almost 8 months ago. Arsenal conceded a last-minute equaliser against Manchester City. It was 2-2. There's Sandro Tonali, Callum Wilson, and a Newcastle player that I don't know having a conversation. Let's shut the door so that nobody disturbs us.
Not happening at the Emirates here today, but a win for Newcastle would all but guarantee them Champions League football next season. Arsenal just need a point in the commentary team of Gary Neville and Peter Drury.
So here we go. The second half is underway. We are reacting to the game, but this time we are watching it on live TV. Let's hope that the £14.99 that Mum spent on this game will be worth it. Fabian Schär looks like Robin van Persie. Here's the substitute Calafiori, who plays it to Jakub Kiwior. Callum Wilson coming close. Kiwior spots the opening and still goes. There's Thomas Partey, who had Arsenal's best chance of the game. That produced a magnificent save from Nick Pope. Odegaard, the Arsenal captain, finds Bukayo Saka. It's played back to Odegaard. Saka making himself available. Saka has to play it to Jakub Kiwior as he felt pressured. Odegaard finds Miles Lewis-Skelly. And Lewis-Skelly lays it off to Ricardo Calafiori. Ben White to Bukayo Saka. Played through to White. And it's cleared away. I've watched 2 out of the last 3 games between Arsenal and Newcastle. I've watched 2 out of the previous 3 Newcastle games this season. The only one I didn't watch was on the 2nd of November of last year, the day after Mika Kato came out. Bukayo Saka plays the corner short and low. Saka. Martinelli trying to make himself open. To be honest, I would have passed it to Martinelli. I want to spread more intelligence in the Gunners if I was ever on that field. Calafiori keeps it alive for the Gunners. Trossard with lovely control. Here's Thomas Partey. Apologies for the butchering of words. Miles Lewis-Skelly looking for options. He's picked out the substitute Calafiori. That was a lovely piece of skill, but to what avail? Trossard, Calafiori, lovely play. Miles Lewis-Skelly turns, finds Kiwior. Lewis-Skelly to Leandro Trossard. It's back to Lewis-Skelly. Here's Calafiori to Leandro Trossard into the area. Saka's there, but it's headed away. It's picked up by the Norwegian Odegaard. Saka loses control of the ball, and Newcastle get it back. That was a good tackle. The referee made the right decision there, not blowing for a free kick. Calafiori, Leandro Trossard. Lewis-Skelly to Leandro Trossard. Here is Ricardo Calafiori to Jakub Kiwior. Back to Calafiori. Let's go see if there's any more messages on the live chat. Nothing ever since Ches said yay about me singing the Rolex chain chorus. I hope that song becomes popular. Saka into the area. Martinelli keeps it in. And Newcastle clear it away. Newcastle have not attacked once in this second half. Which does go to show that Arsenal are really putting up a fight. Calafiori finds Jakub Kiwior. Whatever you do, do not make a mistake. It's shocking to see Manchester City in 6th place. So as it stands, they're going into the Europa League.
Very likely requires something off them on the final day when they play Everton. And a win, if they were to nick it here, would just about do it. Bar goal difference, ridiculousness.
Miles Lewis-Skelly finds Leandro Trossard. Lewis-Skelly, lovely play. His efforts blocked. I think Fabian Schär was the man that blocked Lewis-Skelly's effort. Once again, Arsenal come close to opening the scoring. We've basically got nothing to play for. Really, the only thing that we are playing for is Champions League football. and the second place finish. Gabriel watches on. He really wishes he was preparing for that corner which Declan Rice is about to swing in. In it comes, and it's still not cleared. Kivior, overhead kick, and Partey's there. Oh, that wasn't Partey, that was Saka, and Pope holds the ball firm in his goalie gloves. That's something that you would see on the beach. Everyone using their heads. That was more like beach football. Also in 5 days' time, on the 23rd of May, on a Friday, I have an English exam, and I'm really dreading the English exams. And I've got a good reason for it. I can't really understand the text. Last time I got a GCSE in English. Sorry, last time I did my English GCSEs, I got a 2, which is a fail. Odegaard couldn't keep it in play. That's going to be a Newcastle throw-in. We've just gone past the minute which Anthony Gordon scored in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final back on January 7th. And now we've surpassed the 52nd minute, the minute which Anthony Gordon scored in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Here is Gabriel Martinelli, who's being pressured to go to the back, playing in a defensive position. Lewis Skelly goes down. That looked like a foul when I first saw it. Obviously, the referee saw something else. Here go Newcastle, and Ben White is hopefully going to clear that away. However, it's snatched off of him. Odegaard comes to the Gunners' rescue. Here is Gabriel Martinelli, who finds Declan Rice. Lovely pass, and here's Trossard. That's going to be a Gunners throw-in. Rice. Partey. Ben White. Saka. Ben White. Odegaard. Bukayo Saka. Bruno Guimaraes with a good clearance. He's ushering the ball up to the Newcastle half. Kept in play there by Jacob Murphy. Headed away from Callum Wilson by Jakob Kivior to David Raya. Here go Arsenal again. Partey. Partey finds Ben White. Here's Odegaard. Saka coming in, he couldn't get to it. And now here is Anthony Gordon. Gives it away to Saka. And here we go again. Odegaard, Declan Rice, and it's in. And the Gunners are 1-0 up. What a fantastic finish from our record signing and former West Ham United player, Declan Rice. And is this the moment where Arsenal finally emerge victorious over the Magpies? 10 minutes into the second half, the Emirates Stadium is sent into pandemonium. Rice bows in front of the home crowd as he fires in the opening goal of the game. Anthony Gordon with a loose touch. The ball is picked up by Saka, who finds Odegaard, and he puts it on a plate for Rice, who fires it into the bottom left-hand corner, past the glove of Nick Pope and into the net. Arsenal 1, Newcastle United 0. And for the 4th time of asking, Arsenal have scored against the Magpies this season. This will be pure sweet revenge if the Gunners can win.
That was a gorgeous hit.
Now, let's hope that we don't do what we did against Bournemouth in a match which Declan Rice weirdly scored in. Bournemouth came from 1-0 down to win 2-1, and they did the double over us, which was absolutely embarrassing. I did a live reaction to both games. We could make it 2-0 here if Newcastle becomes sloppy at the back.
Newcastle United this season against their opponents.
Declan Rice with his 9th goal this season. This is his best scoring season. And I can remember in January 2019 when Rice first burst onto the scene. He scored the only goal in that game. Here is Leandro Trossard. He still has it. Trossard. Is he going to cross it in? There is the cross. Partey with the header. Missed by, was that Dan Burn? Arsenal are going to be 5 points clear of Newcastle United.
Newcastle can have a say. Gordon's pulled it back.
If we win this, I think we get Champions League football. Here is Gabriel Martinelli. He's nudged his man off the ball, that man being Jacob Murphy. Here is Miles Lewis Skelly, who picks out Leandro Trossard. Does he feel a bit pressured? I don't know what goes on in people's minds. There were 7 people that were watching this. I think that's a record-breaking amount today. Here's Trossard. He's been absolutely amazing in this second half. Calafiori to Miles Lewis Skelly. Now Thomas Partey. That is a lovely ball to Bukayo Saka. Controls it well. He's up against Dan Burn. Saka. Bukayo Saka. His efforts blocked. Sven Botman received a full blow to the face there from Starboy Saka. Do not ever mess with Saka's effort. When he was positioned like that, it looked as if he was about to lose consciousness. It wouldn't be a surprise if that was Zlatan Ibrahimovic hitting the ball. I think he was one of those players which every opponent feared. Maybe even his own teammates. 59 minutes in, it's Arsenal 1, Newcastle United 0. As it stands, the Gunners are qualifying for Champions League football. Declan Rice, the Arsenal goal scorer, picks out Gabriel Martinelli up against Jacob Murphy. Here's Lewis Skelly to Calafiori. Partey keeps battling for the ball. Referee gives a free kick to the Magpies, and the away side are led off the hook. Partey showed absolute dedication there. Eddie Howe is making a triple substitution.
Really poor start for the second half.
Newcastle with not one single attack. Newcastle have gained 19 points from losing positions. They're behind the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City. Liverpool only gained 2 points. whenever they faced us this season, both being 2-2 draws, home and away, Anfield and at the Emirates. Long ball by Rice, controlled very well by Martinelli, and Odegaard finds Bukayo Saka. This could be 2-0. Saka, Bukayo Saka. Good save by Nick Pope. Newcastle led off the hook. They're crumbling right now, and let's hope they keep doing that in the minutes to come. We've just gone past the 1 hour mark in the game. We're about to hit the 1.5 mark. 1 hour and a half mark in the live stream. We're currently on 1 hour and 26 minutes. The actions of Mum have saved us. So let's go to the table. 68. A win for us is going to gain us qualification to the Champions League. 62nd minute, and this is bad news for Arsenal, as Newcastle United, third placed Newcastle United, are preparing to take a corner. We win this, it will be our 19th win of the season. Newcastle have 1 win more than us. The corner is taken short. Great interception from Leandro Trossard there. Saka trying to block the view of Tonali. He picked out Dan Burn there. Don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, but Tonali, I know for sure, intended to pick out a Newcastle player. Fabian Schär. Newcastle, was that a foul on an Arsenal player? It was. And then an effort hits the crossbar. 1-0 Arsenal. Declan Rice, his 9th goal of the season. His best scoring season ever. Now this is when Eddie Howe has his moment to make this triple substitution. 3 fresh legs he is bringing on. Bruno Guimaraes is coming off. The boos ring around the Emirates Stadium as soon as a Newcastle player is announced. So let's see who Eddie Howe has brought on and brought off.
Sven Botman's the third, so 19-year-old Lewis Miley is with us. 21-year-old striker William Osula gets a game, as well as Emil Kraft, who came on last week.
So Botman, Murphy and Wilson are off for Kraft, Miley and Osula. 10 people are now watching this live stream. Make sure to like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. I'm only speaking to the people that haven't done any of those things yet. Please do them now. And please say something nice in the live chat. Here's Gabriel Martinelli. Was that the denial of a goal-scoring opportunity? A yellow card for Emil Kraft. He's just come on, by the way. Just imagine if he gets sent off. I think this will be one of the quickest sending offs ever after Steven Gerrard for Liverpool against Manchester United. Is that enough for a red card? Emil Kraft is a lucky man. He's a few seconds in and he's already received his 2nd booking of the season. 65th minute. Arsenal 1, Newcastle United 0. And Martin Odegaard is preparing to swing in this free kick. A huge moment for the Gunners. In comes the free kick from Odegaard. It's headed away and it will be cleared away by the substitute Lewis Miley. Here is Anthony Gordon, who plays a lovely ball, and Rice has to get to that, and he doesn't, but in comes Jakub Kiwior. Applause rings around the Emirates. Arsenal breathe a huge sigh of relief. My dad is coming to see what's going on. Raya kept it in play, because had he not, it would be a corner kick, which we don't want. That could be one of the main reasons that Newcastle are in third place.
Is Saka playing?
Saka is playing. He was involved in the build-up to Rice's goal, intercepting the ball, playing it to Odegaard, who got the assist for Rice's goal. It was a first-time finish into the bottom left-hand corner, past the reach of Nick Pope. Sandro Tonali. Arsenal have had 5 efforts on target. Arsenal have had 5 efforts. 2 of them on target. That's 40%. Dan Burn with a long ball. Brighton and Hove Albion are playing Liverpool tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. That's going to be a very tough game. And then on Tuesday, Manchester City, the now trophyless Manchester City, are taking on Bournemouth. So 9 people are watching this now. Hello to you all. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. I am definitely on the live chat. Should I go to top chat? No, it's still the same. Thomas Partey picks out Declan Rice. Gabriel Martinelli passes blocked out for an Arsenal throw-in. Lewis Skelly, controlled by Declan Rice, up against Lewis Miley. Rice still has it. It's out for a throw-in. It's 1-0 Arsenal, Mum.
Did you see the goal?
Yeah. Declan Rice. And Saka got involved in it. Martin Odegaard got the assist. Miles Lewis Skelly to Trossard. Back to Lewis Skelly. Here is Leandro Trossard. Lewis Skelly to Trossard. Ricardo Calafiori. Jakub Kiwior to David Raya. Lewis Skelly coming in. Miley. Lewis Skelly gets it back for the Gunners. Trossard. Odegaard. Trying to find space to create a pass. He set White off on a run. It's Ben White! And it's just wide. Arsenal have overcome Newcastle very well in this second half. They're playing as if it's 2021 again, where Arsenal found it easy to beat Newcastle. It's the 70th minute now. So 20 minutes plus stoppage time to go until Arsenal secure Champions League qualification. Miles Lewis Skelly finds David Raya. Partey. That's a long ball. Saka keeps it alive. Benjamin White up against Anthony Gordon. That's going out for an Arsenal throw-in. He's prepared to take it already. He sees the run of Saka, but it's intercepted by Tino Livramento. Tonali. Dan Burn. Lewis Miley. I really need to shave this and this. I look like a rat. An absolute rat. Anthony Gordon into the area. Kivior clears. It's come back out to Anthony Gordon and Ben White dispossesses him. Thomas Partey knows what he's got to do. He's got to kick it away, which he has. Saka was running towards the ball, but Nick Pope's there. He almost messed up, but he, luckily for Newcastle, found Fabian Schär. Unlucky for the Gunners, and especially for Bukayo Saka. Here is Bruno Guimaraes to Lewis Miley. Now Emil Klaft. That's a lovely ball from Dan Burn. And that's going out of play.
Disappointed anyhow. I'm sure they warned these players of how Arsenal reacted last week in the game, and evidence of he's put three pretty quickly in the second half. Trying to find a way back into this game. It's not looking likely. As we sit here now.
Martinelli trying to get to that. It's headed away. Picked up by Bukayo Saka though. He's still going. And Nick Pope comes diving in to grab. Here's Dan Burn to Sandro Tonali.
Kivior, who is penalised. Guimaraes. He's kept it in.
Emil Klaft.
Lewis Skelly. That's the help from Lewis Miley.
Lewis Miley.
Barnes.
Emil Klaft. Lewis Miley.
Barnes against Kivior.
Barnes, Odegaard, you've got to clear that. Great stuff. Martinelli with great control. And now here we go. This is when we start. That's a poor pass from Leandro Trossard there. Way out of Declan Rice's reach. And onto the feet of Fabian Schär. So now I'm going to close the door. Here they come.
White.
Jakob Kivior puts it behind for a Newcastle corner.
Tumbling stop from Kivior.
So Sandro Tonali is preparing to swing in this corner. In it comes, and Leandro Trossard heads it away. Martinelli. Saka trying to pounce. Pope clears it away.
Stay away from Burn. There's Lewis Miley. Tonali.
Oh shit! Bruno Guimaraes, big chance off target. Their first proper chance of the game. It comes from Harvey Barnes 30 minutes after the second half started. It is high and wide, and Arsenal breathe a huge sigh of relief. As soon as I saw Guimaraes with the ball in the position that he was in, I thought they were going to score. So Bukayo Saka's day is over, and
farewell to Bukayo Saka. But at the same time, and with the same ball, an opportunity exists to welcome back Kai Havertz.
So welcome back.
Mingles into the applause for the other.
Hang on, wait, is Saka leaving Arsenal? I hope to God not. So off comes Bukayo Saka, and on comes, at long last, Kai Havertz. What a pleasure to see him play football again.
Never again go on a warm weather training session in Dubai.
And also Harvey Barnes and Joe Willock are off. Sorry, and also Harvey Barnes is off for the former Arsenal player Joe Willock. That's a long ball from David Raya.
Willock's gone to the left for Newcastle. Gordon's gone centrally, and Asuna's come to his near side.
Chance! What a moment this could be! Havertz is in for the Gunners. What a moment! He just came off the bench after months absent from the pitch. He almost got a very monumental Gunners returning goal. Fabian Schär. Lewis Miley to Fabian Schär. Anthony Gordon. Lewis Riley. Oh, Miley, sorry. Osula. We still haven't got it away. That's going to go out for a Newcastle free kick. It's a foul by Kai Havertz on Sandro Tonali. Now it's in a very close position to the goal. I'm getting Instagram notifications from a group I'm in with Youngblood. It's one of those ones you can't send messages on, which is quite infuriating. I'd love to speak to a celebrity. Fabian Schär, Newcastle's number 5. And Sandro Tonali, Newcastle's number 8, are the two men standing over this free kick. David Raya giving out instructions to the wall and the rest of the Arsenal players probably.
Schär is by himself.
79th minute. It's been 3 months since Newcastle last scored against us. The referee is going to blow his whistle. Raya cannot be leaving that much space. He's going to go for the empty space, and it's into the wall. And breathe. Martinelli is coming close, and Pope had to come out there.
Clearance helped on by Miley. Rice.
Trossard is beaten to the ball there.
Schär.
9 people watching, 3 likes. Here's Osula, one of the substitutes for Newcastle. That was a very threatening cross, but then it was to no avail. And there was Joe Willock there, the former Gunners player. I remember the first time I ever heard of him was when he scored that goal against Liverpool in that enthralling 5-5 draw in the Carabao Cup. Liverpool won on penalties 5-4. Danny Ceballos was the only person who missed. And also there was Curtis Jones. That's how I first found out who he was. Lovely defending from Ben White there. Calafiori to Raya. He's booted it long. Partey, controlled well by Odegaard, and there is Kai Havertz who goes down, and the Gunners get a free kick. The cameras are on Dan Burn, so the Arsenal fans must be booing him right now. Oh, because he threw the ball at Havertz.
Wasn't going to do him a lot of damage.
Thomas Partey takes the free kick. It's going to go to Trossard, who tried to keep it in play. He did a decent effort there. Newcastle get the throw in. It's Emil Klaft that's about to take it, but the referee has blown his whistle. I think he's sorting out Mikel Arteta there, so he's getting hot-headed. My mum would love to see that.
I think, but I'm not sure, it had something to do with the second ball.
He stands outside that technical area and is almost involved in the game constantly, and it's every game.
Miles Lewis-Skelly with the throw-in. He's picked out Ricardo Calafiori, and here is Jakub Kivior to Martin Odegaard. Ben White, Odegaard. That's a lovely, lovely ball. Controlled well by Leandro Trossard. Up against Klaft. Into the area. Comes back out and it's Odegaard. He serves a touchline ban against Southampton. So, who's going to manage Arsenal in their final game of the season? Raya has kicked it out of play. It's a great catch from one of the Newcastle staff members.
Just exposed that. They've done very well in the second half, both of them. 2 minutes still to go.
Look.
Guimaraes, Lewis Miley, Sandro Tonali, low cross. This is bad. We got it away. Only as far as Dan Burn. Newcastle starting to come alive. Has the beast been awoken? Or awakened, my bad. Has the beast been awakened? It's played to Joe Willock. It's Joe Willock. And it's off target. He almost scored against his former club there, Joe Willock. Past Ben White, and then the left-footed effort. It's off target. It's the 83rd minute now. We're less than 13 minutes away from entering the 2-hour mark of the live stream.
All the noises coming out of Arsenal this
There's
week.
Andrea Berta, the Arsenal sporting director.
Suggests that all are aligned in these areas and the corridors of Darren Arsenal about the recruitment they need to make over the course of the upcoming summer. And indeed, reading the words of Josh Kroenke in the programme today, the 4 words which will stand out most for Arsenal fans are these 4. We plan to invest. I suppose that's no secret and no surprise, but the intention is clear.
Yeah, and I think that
Fabian Schär finds Nick Pope. Odegaard coming in. That's a long ball. It's headed away.
There'll be a long meeting to try and find those last pieces of the jigsaw in terms of the positions. He's identifying the right people now.
Here's Emil Klaft. Lewis Miley up against Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard. Here is Dan Burn to Joe Willock.
Share.
Yesterday was a month since Sonia, Bianca, Bex and Julia left the square. Oh shit. Please get that away. That was a poor clearance. And Odegaard couldn't get to that. Martinelli, let's hope he can try and do something better than what the defenders are doing. Bruno Guimaraes. Willock tried to find Miley, but it's picked up by Kai Havertz. He's been dispossessed. Newcastle get it back. And is this the moment where they finally score? They haven't done so in a quarter of a year. Sandro Tonali finds Emil Klaft. Fabian Schär. Tonali. Schär into the area. And it's going to go out of play. It's left out of play by Gabriel Martinelli. I think that means Arsenal will get the throw-in, because why else would Martinelli let it go out of play?
If it would have come for Newcastle now, would do really in the context of the battle to come second in the Premier League.
The highest position we can finish in is second. Chelsea's highest position they can finish in is third. So Ben White is going to be taking this throw-in.
Ready to sign off roundly.
So Kieran Tierney is about to come on for the Gunners.
Farewell performance on this ground for Kieran Tierney. Not all of whose Arsenal career has gone according to the dreams he might have had for it.
Let's see if Bukayo Saka is actually leaving Arsenal, because if he is, I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken.
Commitment to their cause. He will have been involved now in 12 of the last 17 Premier League games, after having been missing until December.
5 hours ago, it was reported by the Daily Mail that Bruno Guimaraes now has a 3-1 chance to have a shot on target today. So, Leandro Trossard's game is over as Kieran Tierney, the former Celtic man, prepares to come on. I don't think Saka is leaving Arsenal. It's just because it's the last home game of the season. Also, on the live stream, I would like to congratulate Crystal Palace, my dad's favourite team whilst growing up, after they beat Manchester City 1-0. That was Manchester City's third successive final. Be very careful there. Raya's gone down. He hopped like a frog there when the Newcastle player came into him. That was a lucky moment. The fact that we didn't concede. It's booted long by David Raya. Headed away from Havertz, only as far as Rice. Tierney, the substitute, gives it away. Odegaard with the foul. The free kick is taken short. And low. Bruno Guimaraes. Foul by Martin Odegaard. Newcastle get the free kick. It's the 89th minute.
The 90th minute. Now goes Danburn.
90th minute. It's second versus third in the league. What is going to transpire in these final minutes? Can Arsenal seal it? Gabriel Martinelli running forward. He's got Tierney as an option. Martinelli. Arsenal corner. Tino Livramento with the clearance. And now we can really seal it here. A goal from this corner. It will surely give us all the 3 points and Champions League qualification.
Finish the job off here, it'd be good.
Declan Rice is preparing to take this corner kick. How many more minutes? We have 5 more minutes to hold on. In comes the corner from Declan Rice. Chance! Cleared away, picked up by Odegaard, who plays it back to the corner kick taker Rice. And the only player who has scored in this game, it's still not cleared away. And Partey's gone down. Some fans in the crowd reckoned that it was a penalty, but the referee thought differently. It's gone out of play and Newcastle are going to get this throw in. And the referee has stopped play for something, maybe for some substitutes to come on. What has the referee heard here? Now he has let Newcastle take the throw in. 4 minutes until Arsenal win their second to last game of the season and their last home game of the season. Sandro Tonali. Newcastle need to get all bodies forward in these final minutes. Number 20 for Arsenal is coming on. That's going to be Jorginho, who has been at the club since 2023. I remember when he forced in an own goal from Emi Martinez to help Arsenal win the match. Raya has picked it up. Osuna with a challenge that has left Raya on the ground. He is still on the ground as I let out words from my mouth. Fabian Schär and Jakub Kiwior helping him out. Matt Sells has the most clean sheets this season. That's the main reason why Nottingham Forest are in the position that they are in right now. Raya is 1 behind him. It's the 3rd minute of added time and Martin Odegaard's home season is over. Well, home games of this season are over. Jorginho is the replacement. He's stripping on the captain's armband.
Several reasons why Raya is not playing the match.
David Raya has made some fantastic saves. 3 of them, actually. No, 4. Because there was a double save when Dan Burn and Sven Botman were trying to score from that Newcastle corner. This has been a rather unorthodox live stream with struggles to get into the game, making us miss almost the entirety of the first half. Joe Willock has been booked for some reason. Or maybe it was him with the challenge instead of Osula. No, I think Osula, the person that did it to Raya, had some grey hair. It was number 18. Newcastle gets a free kick. Fabian Schär is the man down. Raya has now been shown a yellow card. I don't know what he did, but it was definitely something off camera from what I saw. Schär is still making contact with his nose by the looks of it. It's the challenge from Kai Havertz. We are into the final few seconds of the match. Havertz is now in the book. It's all getting dirty in the final few seconds. One last chance for Newcastle to get the equaliser. In it comes from Nick Pope. It's headed on only as far as Sandro Tonali the clearance was. Jorginho goes down. Play on, says the referee. Anthony Gordon whips it in. Raya has spilt it. And Miles Lewis Skelly comes to the rescue. And Arsenal can surely seal it here. Havertz to Martinelli. Tierney is an Open option. Here is Jorginho. Goes down. Referee doesn't give a free kick.
Last chance for Newcastle.
Now this is the last chance for Newcastle United. It's Anthony Gordon against Ben White. Past Rice. Martinelli clears. Tonali. The 5 minutes are up. The referee still hasn't blown his whistle. Emil Klaft into the area. Picked up by Bruno Guimaraes. Goes down. Referee doesn't give a penalty. And surely that is it. That's it. The 5 minutes are up. It's booted in. Raya punches it away. Now we've got the chance. Thanks to the referee's idioticness, if that's even a word, we may have a chance of finishing it here. He still hasn't blown his whistle, and we're in the 97th minute. Even though there was 5 minutes added on. There's the cross from Willock. It's blocked. Jorginho trying to cover for Arsenal. It's out of play. It's a Newcastle corner. If we don't win this, it's going to be because of the referee. And Nick Pope has come forward. If he somehow scores, the referee is going to get assaulted by Arsenal fans. Will it affect Arsenal's Champions League hopes? This is the last moment for Newcastle. I am shit scared. In it comes. And Raya gathers. And there's a fight breaking out. David Raya heavily getting involved, pushing Osuna away. Raya is heavily involved in this. He's already on a yellow. He's high-fiving Miles Lewis-Skelly and Jorginho. It's the 98th minute. A yellow card's been shown. I think he was aiming it at Jakub Kiwior. If not, then I think another Arsenal player. We've just gone past the 2-hour mark of this live stream. Sandro Tonali is saying something to the referee. He's complaining about something. I hope to God that an Arsenal player won't be sent off here. It may not affect the outcome of the result, but it could affect us in our final game of the season, which is against bottom of the table, Southampton.
That would be his own preference.
The referee is checking VAR here, I think, for possible violent conduct. We're not being shown replays of what's going on here.
Players booked were Kiwior and Byrne.
And that is it.
Champions League again.
Arsenal have won.
They will be the Premier League runners-up for
Yes.
successive season.
At last. At long last. After a very tense final few minutes and a Declan Rice screamer, Arsenal cement their place for the 3rd season in a row in second. We are once again in the top 2. David Raya's heroics also helped out. But the final score at the Emirates Stadium was Arsenal 1, Newcastle United 0. Rice must be feeling absolutely chuffed about that. He applauds the Arsenal fans for their support towards him and his team. Arteta, thanking the match officials. He applauds his fans. Newcastle United, I think their place is yet to be decided, but they're still surely going into Champions League football once again.
Not the prize Arsenal set out for, but it is a substantial.
It's great that we finished in the top two again. Newcastle United applaud their fans. At last, Arsenal have overcome Newcastle United. The final score at the Emirates Stadium, and I'm saying this once again and proudly so, Arsenal 1, Newcastle United 0. Let's go! So now we're on to 71 points for the season. Newcastle remain on 66, tied with Chelsea in 4th and Aston Villa in 5th. Manchester City and Nottingham Forest 1 point behind the 3 teams.
There's improvement, in my opinion.
So now Arsenal's final game of the season will take place against Southampton, and it doesn't matter what the result is going to be, because we have cemented our place, like I've said before, in 2nd, the best position we could finish in, and we did it against Newcastle.
We've been poor by our standards the last few weeks.
November 2024, we lost. January 2025, we lost. February 2025, we lost. But in May 2025, we have finally won. And let's go to the 2023-24 Arsenal FC season.
When you've had that moment where, as you say, you've dropped and maybe your focus has gone on the Champions League, how hard does it then become to pick it up and try and regain your top level? No, listen, we're Premier League footballers. We have to be at the level every single week. It was that we felt like we had such a good chance in the Champions League that obviously we had the momentum with that, and obviously with the league it kind of slipped away a few
The
weeks
last
ago.
time that Arsenal beat Newcastle United in any competition was on the 24th of February 2024. That was 10 days after my 16th birthday, and we are here almost 15 months later, finally celebrating another Arsenal victory against Newcastle United. How happy am I? Very, very happy.
Really difficult. After coming so close.
So thank you so much for watching this live stream. I will see you all on the next one, and goodbye.